So, only that's that. Final person. That's fine. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for asking. Um, so,
Good evening.
Good evening, Arisha.
good evening.
All right, good afternoon, students. I am not going to wait on the latecomers. There are only 5 of you here, and in addition to a past student of mine, his name is Mr. Mark Nelson. I invited him here as was promised some time ago that he will come in and he'll give you a motivational talk. Now, he's a busy man, and as such, I am not going to delay any further. I'm gonna invite him to come and address you. He will speak to you on his journey as a then student doing the associate degree, and then went up and completed his bachelor degree in hospitality and tourism management. His task here is just to share briefly his struggles, going to school, the joys of him completing, and the opportunities ahead of you. So I'm going to turn over to him. I'm going to give you about 15 minutes for this section. So by 5:30, we're supposed to be wrapping up because we're supposed to be moving back into our teaching and learning session. I also gave you 3 questions for homework, and I'm trusting that you guys would have completed it. All right. So, Sir Mark, you can go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, man. Good afternoon.
So as sir said, knew Mr. Chan over 22 years now. So it's it's been a while. He was there from the beginning, from the start. I started in, not sure if it's still there, in ISEP, doing over my a couple of subjects, and Mr. Chan was there from the start. And as he said, then once I was finished in ISEP, I went on and did the associate in the them program. Once that was done, we were the first set of bachelors, so I signed up for that, and we completed it. And the journey was fun. I mean, part of it was, one of the things I have to give thanks for, daily, is that Adek said, yeah, we have lecturers, but they care. They care. From Mr. Shan, Miss Gillens, Miss Malcolm, Miss Black, Miss Roxy, all these people, they care, and that helps the process, because you're gonna find struggles in it, not just everyday struggles. Because one of the things, I was a little bit older, like 2 or 3 older, so I had finished high school and took a break, like a 2 year break. So so at that time, life goes on. You're no longer in high school or just coming from high school. You're in your early 20s now, trying to make a decision. Okay, I'm gonna do this stuff. I'm gonna do tourism. So it was good. Just to have that support. You could go to any one of them with anything and just talk to them about it. Um, First experience I got was at Hilton in Kingston, and my first internship. So once I went there, I was placed in various departments. It was a 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks. So like I did accounting for a week and housekeeping for a week, and then I think 2 of the last days they send you to front office or somewhere else. But that was just the first experience. And once I got there, I said to myself, I want to do either. I think I want to, do housekeeping. I kind of like it, and accounting, one of those two. So speed up now. Went the second time on internship. This time it's in the bachelor's program. So this time we went for a month, and this was in Negril, Point Village Resort. So that time now we spent a month, um, did housekeeping again, accounting, various departments, F&B, everywhere. Um, After that, one of the hardest thing, we couldn't get any work. None of us could get any jobs. So we were like, while our counterparts who did accounting, bizarre, they were getting work, and we were like, what's this? We didn't have any experience. And that was kind of rough for us, because we were like, really? So we got an opportunity to come on the overseas program. So we came on internship overseas. couple of us, like 6 or 7 of us in that group, but then it extended to like 12 people in total, something somewhere there about that. We went to Atlanta, Georgia. It was good at first, and then it started to get rough because as you started to work, I mean, these people embrace it because you're just leaving college, your mind is sharp. um, they deal with you like a sponge because they know you have all this and you're gonna work with people that's been there 20 years, 15 years. So you come there now, you're excited and all that, but remember you're on an internship. And then reality checks in. So you're getting paid. We're getting paid $2.50 an hour. They provide boarding for us. But when you look, you're working with people that are making 14, 15 bucks. You're doing more work than them. So you have to stay balanced and focus. Okay, you know what? Let me try to run through this and try to get out of it. Long and short of it, I did it. We had a disagreement because I wasn't having it too much. I'm being honest with you because so I took the people to court and we had a disagreement and all that, and they separated. I came to Florida. When I came to Florida, it's gonna be my first job now. No internship. I worked at the Diplomat Hotel. I had a friend, so he told me about the Diplomat Hotel. He had a friend who worked there. So I went there, apply for the job in HR as a housekeeping supervisor. Because one of the things you have to know, without experience, you gotta pick your spots. Um, Housekeeping, front office, back of the house, without experience, even though you have your degree, it's easier to grow and become a manager, a leader. If you go into sales and marketing and HR without experience, it's gonna take you a little more time to grow. You can get there, but it's gonna take you a little more time. So I said, you know what, let me go in housekeeping because I know I'm gonna start as a supervisor, still leadership, even though at the first level, but it's still, if I go to front office, it's gonna be a front office agent because I have no experience. That doesn't mean I can grow and become a front office supervisor within a couple of months or a year, but at least I know I'm gonna start as a supervisor. So I took that opportunity. I started. You have to be humble because you have to learn from the room attendants. Now, remember now, I'm still in my 20s. I have room attendant who is 60, 59, older than my mom and my dad. So now they have to show you stuff. You have to learn from them. Theoretically, and the computer, yeah, I have that. They don't know that. But how do I make the room? How do I make the bed? How do I clean the room? How do I inspect the room? I'm an inspector. I have to watch and learn how they clean the room to inspect the room properly. I have to learn how to make a bed. They are the one who teach me that. They show me the shortcut how to do stuff. So you have to be able to work with them. And once you be able to work with them and you learn from them, then you embrace them. You're still disciplined, but at the end of the day, you have to learn from them and hold them accountable. Within a year and a half, I started getting more responsibilities. Not getting paid for it. I got started to do the payroll. So at the Diplomat Hotel, we have 998 rooms. We have over 270,000 square feet of meeting space. We have 130 something employees in housekeeping. To clean the house, to clean all the rooms, we need 69 room attendants to work that day. 7 house attendants, 7 supervisors, 3 managers. So that's just to give you an example when we're solo, when we're busy, how we have to have 2 runners. We have to have 2 people at the desk taking phone calls and dispatching. So that's to show you how busy it is. So anyway, the manager called me and said, I want to show you how to do the payroll because I see you're good at numbers. And I said, sure. I was doing it for 2, 3, 4 months. Another supervisor, a Jamaican, you're crazy, you're stupid. They have to pay me. I said, relax, it's okay. So I learned it. Then she taught me gratuity for the housekeepers. So when the group came, they would leave their money and stuff for the group, and you have to divide it, and they give you the formula, you put it in the spreadsheet. So I learned that. So I started to do it now. I'm the one going to accounting. The director of housekeeping at this time doesn't even look at payroll. She just said, Mark is good. I said, yes. And she said, okay, it's good. And so I was the one accounting with calls about payroll. If something wrong with the people pay, they'll come to me. Remember, I'm still a supervisor, not getting paid for it. But lo and behold, God is so good. An opportunity came. We need a manager. The director, she said, this job is for Mark. The other manager said, this job is for me. I got the job, housekeeping manager. So I became a housekeeping manager. The pay wasn't good, but I still take it. I started to work, started to develop. This is where I learned now you have to step out of that inspector, that supervisor role, because it's a different role. Now you have to understand how to delegate, but not to dictate, and how to manage and manage properly, manage time. I know you're going to come into the how to manage budget, money, because this is the critical part now. You gotta have to document people, friends or people you like. You gotta document them, hold them accountable. You know, this is the part now where you have to start to go. You have to start to learn. Okay, I gotta do this. I gotta. You have to set your timetable. You have to set yourself up. So you're gonna work tomorrow. You leave work today. You set up yourself. You have your calendar. You set your reminders. You have to put things in place because else you'll go and you'll do rubbish. You can do the work, but you're not prepared. So you have to prepare yourself. Remember, this is my first time being a manager, and remember the size of the property. Some days you're by yourself as a manager. You're working with supervisors and front office, they're gonna call you. They're not calling the supervisor because you're in charge. Who's in charge of sleeping today? Oh, Mark. Tell Mark to call me. That's the front office manager. That's the director of rooms, which is my boss. So these people call you with, asking questions. Another department will call you banquet, F&B. So you have to be able to operate and still get the rooms ready on time. While in the same process, a room attendant or any other employee will come with a personal problem. My son is sick. I don't have bus fare. No, you have to be able to deal with that and still get the person to complete their task. So you have to learn. One of the most important things in hospitality that I learned is that you're gonna need a mentor. Some people call it mentee or whatever, but I still use mentor. I think it's the same thing. Someone who has been there before. You're still keeping what you know and your style, but sometimes you're gonna need some guidance because in these positions start to come pressure, and you have to be able to handle that pressure and still perform. So that's very important. I did 4 years as a diplomat. That was like baptism for me. I got an opportunity to work in IHG Intercontinental, was paying me more money, smaller property, but they were giving me bonus. First time gonna get bonus also, getting a higher salary. Now this property was, I'm going down from 998 room to 141 rooms. Now I'm gonna be the director of housekeeping. I'm only gonna report to the general manager. Again, another first for me. Took the job. The first week I said, what the heck did I do? Because it was night and day. I can't just call a dispatcher and say I have to. So now it become more. I'm more involved in the operation. My supervisor sometimes have to give her rooms to clean. So guess who has to check those rooms? I have to do it. Still doing payroll. Now I'm doing full-fledged purchasing, receiving, turning in invoices, all these stuff, responding to guest surveys. So all these stuff I have to do while still checking room, while still ensuring my staff is performing properly, still making sure we have an 85, above 85 for cleanliness of room, guest satisfaction survey, responding to survey, going to meetings, how to GM call, we need to save money, we need to cut staff. How do you work around these stuff? So you still have to stay focused. Again, I have some experience coming from the other property, but this is a different beast. I have less staff. On this staff, I only have one house attendant. I had 7 before. On this staff, I only have one supervisor. I had access to 7. I have no dispatcher. Everything comes to me. Now also, I'm responsible for laundry. We have an in-house laundry with a laundry attendant. So all this now, so I'm learning now to manage the overall operation of housekeeping. I did 3 years there. I decided to leave. When I decided to leave, because what happened was that I was getting per hour pay. The GM came and said, we have to go on salary. I said, I'm not doing that. Front office manager agreed. Chief engineer agreed. I said, no, this work is too hard for me to go on salary. Because what with salary, you get a set pay. So if for example, which we all know, if it's $1,000, you're gonna work. If you're working $25 an hour for the week, you get some overtime. No, you're gonna get that flat $1,000 and you're gonna work 10, 11, 12 hours per day. I was doing 12 hours a day, 11 hours per day. And I remember in 2014, January 1st, I went to work. I went to work 7 a.m. I leave work 7 p.m. When I leave, I came the morning, January 2nd, and I said, I said, this is too much. And I went in my office and I typed my resignation letter. I told the front office manager, because we're a good friend. And he said, Mark, you can't leave me here. And I said, well, you have a choice. And I went and I gave the GM my resignation letter and my key and my credit card, because we had a company credit card. And I drove out without a job. When I went home, my wife, now, which was my baby mother at the time, she said, why you leave the job like that? I said, this is too much. Anyway, within 2 months, I got a job. Now, the job I'm going to get, I'm stepping down from a director. I'm going back to being an assistant housekeeping manager. So you can't have pride in this. You have to know, you have to be able to accept. So they were paying me $5.50 less per hour. I said, what? I do the math fast. I said, oh my God, that's 800 and something dollars per month. That's too much. Anyway, I took it. It was closer to home. It was 10 minutes drive from my home. It's on the beach. It is also a resort. We had 300 rooms. And I said, wow. I took it. Would you know that I started to work and everyone loved me. They said, oh my God, and all that stuff. Except the director of housekeeping. Because he told me, he said, Mark, you know housekeeping more than me. So you always felt threatened that I'm going to take his job. And I told him one day, I'm not here for your job, I'm just here to work. But anyhow, I continued to work. So within the first 8 months, the general manager called me. He said, I want to talk to you. So I went in his office and he said, you have exceeded our expectation. And he gave me that $5.50 more per hour that I lost on my pay. He gave it to me. The next year, I won Manager of the Year. Well, that's a glory to God. But you have to work. This is work. You have to put in the work. See, you have to work. It's not just about telling people what to do. You have to go in the fire with these people. Make beds, strip rooms, talk to them, help them, go upstairs, help a lady finish a room, help a houseman strip a room, help a houseman come home, help your staff, help the dispatcher. You have to be able to help this so they can see that you can do the work. You don't have to be a pro like them because that's not what you're there to do. But they want to see that you buy into it, that you're a part of it. You're not just there walking as a manager and just dictating and just pointing out stuff. You have to be able to be a part of it. So after that, I was there. Management changed. The GM, they got rid of the GM. So a new GM came. He's from India. Don't know nothing about him. He was area GM. So they had to place him there because there was no job for him on the property. They lost the property. So we talk. Within 6 months, the director of housekeeping left. So this GM now, he brought on board his right-hand man, but there was no job for it. So he always come and he always talk to me. We always talk. So one day in a meeting, he came and he said, you're going to go far in hospitality. I said, okay, thank you. So when the director left, the new GM came to me and said, you interested in the job? I said, sure. So they did interviews. So I always stay in my office. I didn't go into the director's office. So one day he said, why not use it? I said, I'm not the director of housekeeping. I'm still a housekeeping manager. I didn't went to the office. And I remember his right-hand man said, don't worry, this job is for you. This is your job. I said, okay. And not to segue off, but that day I pray, I said, God, if you give me this job, as long as I live, I will tithe. And the next day they brought the letter to me. I got the job as director of housekeeping there. And I started and I learned a lot from this new GM and his right hand, because this new GM, he walks the property midday, morning, and evening. So normally I walk it in the morning, and have the evening person walk it or whatever in the afternoon, and sometimes you walk with them. So he will see someone who normally walk the property, and if he finds cigarette butts or anything, he'll come to your office and show it to you. This is what I found. He did it like 3 times or 4 times. I said no. So I start to walk the property at 11 a.m. So I walk before him. So I make sure he won't find anything. But he was just teaching me a lesson. If I am the GM and I walk 12 also, adjust your schedule so you can also walk around 11, 12, 1. So as I progress on, they gave me a promotion. And they said I'm director of rooms. Reason for the promotion, they said I was managing the budget and how I run the operation very effectively. Do payroll, answer the survey, everything. And the respect of other managers, your staff loves you, everything. I got the promotion. While at the other hand, I was starting to learn about maintenance in terms of, because his right hand man became chief engineer. We became good friends. And he started to show me stuff. And he came to me one day and said, Mark, you're going to be a GM one day. And would you know, our GM got promoted to VP in the company. So we need a GM. He said his right-hand man was not ready. So they were looking for a GM. So how they do these, they normally do a forum interview for the new GM that's coming. So all the managers or head of department will have a forum interview with the new candidate. So we did one. So I wasn't pleased. This guy like 40 years experience, and that doesn't matter to me. It doesn't sound right. It's, doesn't use too much computer. Is not analytic. Doesn't do the numbers. I don't know. I don't want to work at that. So anyway, I said to my the chief engineer, I said, this job is you. You can do it. And I remember I told him that. So he said to me, the boss said I'm not ready. I said, I am telling you you're ready. What you don't know, God will give it to you. And this man leave my office and said, Mark, thank you. He went and applied for the job and he got the job. The owner of the company said they were wondering why he didn't apply for the job. So the regional came back, the VP came back and said, Mark, I need to talk to you. He came and he said, thank you for encouraging. The gentleman's name is Ruben. Thank you. He said, I didn't know where Mark was so wise. So wisdom come from God. So it's not me. That was God. No, that was me. God, glory to God. So at the end of the day, when he came back as the new GM, his right-hand man, he said, Mark, I'm going to create a position for you. We have never had director of rooms. And he created that position and gave it to me and said, you're the director of rooms. You are my right-hand man. Remember, we have a financial controller. We have a director of front office. These are all people with years of experience. When he's not on property, he said, go ask Mark. A guy from Jamaica, from Exceed. Right-hand man. God is good. So I progress and I go on and I continue. So I was director of rooms. Then I start to learn about security, another department, because now it falls under my portfolio. So as director of rooms at that property, I was overseeing front office, housekeeping, and security. And remember, I'm still director of housekeeping. So I have all those hats. And I had a housekeeping manager, but her strength was in the rooms. So I still did the purchasing, all the payroll, all those stuff. She was nothing to do with computer. But checking the rooms and making beds and all that, I didn't have to look there. I didn't have to worry about that. So I decided, you know what? I'll still do it. And I did it. Um, and I progressed from there. Lo and behold, COVID came. I was out. We were all out of a job. The job closed on everything. I was out. I didn't work for 2.5, almost 3 years. So last year, director of HR, she's now VP of HR in our company. She called me. She said, Mark, I have a job. I said, where? She said, in California, task force job. I said, I need a GM and a director of housekeeping. You want to go? I said, yes. They booked my ticket the next week. I know I met with the VP. It was a different VP. He liked me. He said, go ahead. We negotiate salary. When he told me the number, I nearly dropped. I said, what? And I went. So I leave my family. I spoke to my wife, and I said, hey, this is, I went to California. Now I live in California for over 10 months. Now this was another new opportunity for me. So when I went there, this is a select service hotel. This hotel, we had 135 rooms, no elevators, 2 floors. First time in California. I am the only manager there. Well, I have a front office manager. So I'm GM. I only have a front office manager. We do breakfast. I have to oversee. We have a bar. Never done anything about bar. I had to learn it, how to purchase the liquor, how to do liquor inventory, all these stuff. I had to learn, work with the bartender. Got there, met the owner. So now I'm on a different level now. I had to learn. I had a mentor because there was a larger property, and I had a mentor. Just met this guy over the interview. He was the GM at the property. He said, and we click it, and whatever I didn't know, he will come and say, okay, as a GM, you function like this, because I've never dealt from that level. Going into meetings with the owner. Ownership is there. Ownership has a lot of ego, and they deal with numbers. It's just a numbers game with ownership. The owner was just 2 years older than me, so we're in the same age group. He's American, but he has Chinese heritage. We took off. We were doing a renovation, a 4.4 million renovation. When I the first day I went there, we had room renovated that no one knows was renovated. So the good thing, my experience I got from my mentor about engineering and all that stuff, and even been through renovation before, that helped me a lot. So now I'm the GM. I'm dealing with a general contractor. I'm dealing with a project manager. We have meetings every Wednesday. No, I don't have a chief engineer. I have an engineering lead. He's not even a supervisor. So now he has to check the room. I have to sometimes go and check a couple rooms after him to make sure the rooms are done properly. So then still doing payroll, purchasing for the entire department. So I'm purchasing for housekeeping, purchasing for the bar, purchasing for front office, purchasing for F&B. Plus I still have to do I have to do budget, in budget meeting. I had to learn that. My mentor showed me that. Budget meeting, prepare my notes, prepare my understand how to read the budget. Then every month we have budget meeting. We have to close the month. I have to prepare my notes. Okay, why was the payroll like that? I have to have explanation. Still responding to guest surveys. Now this time I'm not just doing guest surveys for the company website, but also external, TripAdvisor, Google, doing projects. Okay, we need to renovation still going on. Oh, we need to change this. We need to do a change order. I have to be in those meetings. The alarm system need to change. I have to source a company, not one, but 3 companies, get a bid, take it to the owner, take it to the VP. So I'm in a different level now. Now I'm on operations call. I'm on sales and marketing call, revenue call, learning about the concept, reading the star report to see what your concept are doing, what you did, all these stuff. So it's like the greatest thing that helps me is praying. I'm telling everyone, and I always tell my other child, the only reason I get to this is because of God. It's not me. The owner like me, the job was doing well. The VP came and he said, you're doing a good job. I said, thanks, but remember now, I'm working 6 days a week. On my 7th day, I'm still getting called. It's not easy. No, you're managing now, but it's a lot of pressure. So you have to now be able to absorb that pressure and get the job done. Still dealing with guest complaints at the same time. Still dealing with employee complaint. There's no HR department. I am HR. HR is remote. So iron process is done by me. I have to go into the iron portal, iSIMS, um, hire the candidate, schedule the interview them, hire them, send information to HR, all these stuff. Payroll was a breeze because I've been doing it for so many years. That's nothing. Purchasing the same thing, but it still takes time, you know. So all this, one of my greatest things I'll say to you, to everyone is that if you're majoring in any field, make sure you have a second and a third option. So if you're doing F&B, what you want to do? You want to be a F&B manager, F&B director, or you want to be a chef, or what you want to be in F&B. But make sure you have a secondary career. Was it going to be front office, or you like HR, reservation? Because you need to be able to be flexible. Even though you're majoring F&B, don't just say you're F&B person. You got to be flexible because that's one of the things that helps me. We did the complete package, the Them program where we did everything. So I could segue from housekeeping, learn about security, but you cannot be one trap man and just say you're just dealing with only F&B or you're just doing entertainment only because you'll find yourself out of a job because the market has changed drastically. One of the things that's no longer there, I can share with you guys, is most property does not carry a payroll manager. 10 years ago, 8 years ago, every property has a payroll manager. They were getting good salaries, 60, 70,000 a year. They don't have that anymore. Payroll falls on the head of the department and HR will just review it. And if something is wrong, they send it back to you. So corporate has a off property that does it at corporate office. They submit it and that's it. So that position is gone. You have to be able to do that. Same with HR. A lot of properties doesn't have an HR on property anymore. Only the middle-sized to larger properties have that. And some of them is still remote. So you have to be able to be flexible. Another thing you have to be able to do, take on other tasks. One of the things they do a lot now is, okay, you are the GM or you are the front office manager, you are front office, but you're the de facto assistant GM. So if the GM is not there or something, it falls on you. Are you getting paid for it? No. But that's how the market has changed drastically and how they're doing it. When I was GM, we had in the budget to hire a director of housekeeping. I didn't need a director of housekeeping because I did it for so many years. And once I met with the supervisor, I said to my VP, I don't need a director of housekeeping. I can work with her. He said, you sure? I said, yeah. And I gave her a raise and I promoted the lady, a room attendant, to an inspector. Why? Because I within the couple weeks I said I can work with them and I see what they know. I said, don't worry, I'll do the purchase and I'll show it to you. But if you're not comfortable, I'll do it. And they handle the housekeeping side. I still have to check room, still have to call them back, still have to show them how to document people. So these stuff I still have to do. I'm off, they'll call me, but I have to be available to deal with that. So I saved the company $80,000. But my return was, part of the deal was that when I'm going back home to visit my family, they'll purchase my ticket, they'll, reimburse me all my expenses, all these stuff. So I get back some sweetening out of it. And besides, it's the highest salary I ever got in hospitality. So I left that job at the end of March, middle of March. Family reason, my wife and kids. It was a lot, so I had to come back. I came back doing task force as director of housekeeping in Florida in Vero Beach, same company, but it was a short term. So now I got a job in a different company, and they want to pay me 30,000. So I said, no, I'm not taking it. So I'm job hunting now as I speak, because since the end of April, I took a couple of weeks off, so I just started to look back a job a couple of weeks ago. But right now, I have to find the right fit because my family is important to me. So, but the main thing I'll tell you guys is managing yourself, being humble, and understanding how to be flexible. You're gonna do some work you're not gonna get paid for. Don't listen to anyone. Just try to develop yourself. Try to understand numbers. You got to understand, for example, FMB, the numbers come, your food cost. What's your food cost? How to manage your food cost, how to manage labor. Labor is the most expensive bill in hospital, in any operation. So you have to manage your labor. So, and one of the things you have to do as a manager or as you're growing, try to make sure your staff is flexible. So if you have someone in the laundry, please ensure that they can cover the public area because or they can do rooms. So you have flexibility. Because as a manager, you can do the laundry if someone call off and send that person to go do a room. So you have to be flexible. Same with the room attendant. They can become a house attendant. And everywhere I work now, I say, how you get a person to do that? Because I make sure work with them and just to show them in case. The gentleman I work in California was the lead engineer. Knew him from nowhere. This man cried when I was leaving. I couldn't believe it. He cried. He said, you treat me so good and you show me so much and you're honest with me. But you feel good about that. Why? Because the honesty that I'm not going to try to derail someone and tell them the truth. And you got to work with people. If that's their limit, and that's their limit, and if you have to make a decision to make a change, do it properly. Don't do it bashfully and don't try to embarrass anyone. Try to be tactful and try to be professional at all that you do, and try to be honest. You have to be honest because as a leader, you're gonna see a lot of things that if you're not honest, you can get sticky fingers. You have to be honest. You got to be fair. You got to be fair with everyone. You gotta be impartial. You gotta document people you gotta document them. Friends, you gotta document them. Gotta be fair. One of the things you cannot tolerate is stealing. Stealing destroy and will destroy you. If you have people stealing and you don't do anything about it, it will definitely destroy you. So the main thing I'll say is just be yourself. Don't lose your culture. But you're gonna stay in Jamaica or go travel overseas because we are known for hard workers. But the main thing, learn the number game. Learn the number game.
1 minute, Mark. You said something just now that was the basis of how we started our conversation on today's Thursday, on Tuesday. Anybody remember how we started class on Tuesday?
Excuse me, sir. Is it that you were talking about this gentleman?
Yeah, man, this is it. No, man, not well. I'd spoken about him from before, but before I started teaching a particular topic, I gave you a little story, what that story was on.
Sir, you talk
Honesty,
about
sir.
so much.
Honesty.
Remember.
You remember I was saying to you that I purchased the bookshelf and
Yes, sir. Yes,
yes,
remember.
man. Honesty will take you a far way. So I have been typing some stuff in the chat, and I don't know. All I asked Mark to do was to come and motivate you guys, and I'm sitting here behind the microphone just smiling because Father God knows how to line up everything, because he speaks about your work ethics, he spoke about honesty, he spoke about us turning up. I remember Loris said it in class that sir needs a girl who walk and know how to do everything in the hotel. Is Loris here today? Loris, am I telling a lie on you?
I'm not seeing her, miss. I'm sorry.
No, you're not telling a lie,
Oh, she
sir. I'm here.
there. Look a girl answer.
So Loris is saying everything that Sir Nelson is saying. You see, remember, he studied. What did he study? Let me see if you're listening. What did he study?
Sir,
What was his
accounting.
major? What was his No. What was his major?
Housekeeping, sir.
Okay. And what him end up doing? Everything in the hotel.
Everything
Security,
else, sir.
housekeep. Is the point I'm making? So all that we spoke about in class, it's not because Mr. Shan wanted a job. See, I brought a student here who is telling you he did housekeeping, but because just like you, Loris, he wants to learn and broaden his skills and his scope, he's able to do payroll. Payroll. No, I won't tell you how much time me have to walk on pinch, Mark. Mark, remember those days of me walking and pinching you?
Yeah, that's 100%. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Me have to walk and pinch Mark in the maths class because me and Mark, I get at it. And guess what? He did it. So students, I am saying this to you, today's conversation really is to motivate you. Some of you are feeling down, some of you may feel like, boy, this hospitality business is not me. It can take you to places. It can take you to places. The sky's your limit. Not because you may be doing food and beverage means that you have to be in food and beverage alone. Once it is that you
No.
have a hospitality degree, you can move all the way. You
Yeah.
just need to avail yourself to be willing. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes. What time is it now? It's now 10 minutes to 6. I'm gonna ask Mark to, I'm gonna entertain about no more than 5 questions, because I want to get back to the lesson at 6 o'clock. So if you have any questions,
Sir,
shoot the questions at him. He's there now.
sir,
Yes, please.
sir,
Uh-huh.
sir, you look like you know, say somebody I got you stressed like me.
That's why I think I'm gonna ask Mark to come here. And guess what? At some other point in time, we can have another conversation, because some of the stuff, I know him, some of the stuff him don't tell you the hardship, and I don't want him to tell you no, right?
Yeah.
But the life, it wasn't an easy feat for him,
No.
just doing what it is
No.
that he did. So
No,
you
it
ask
is-
me,
Sir,
go ahead, Tracy, ask a question. So I give you,
Oh.
remember, no, we're stopping at 6
Sir?
o'clock.
Good
Go ahead,
evening,
Tracy.
Mr. Nelson. How are you
Good
doing?
evening. I'm
All
great, and you?
right. So, question, how did you manage wearing so many hats and also to function accurately with family life?
Okay, so the main thing is praying. You have to pray to God. This is not about you. This is not about you. This is God. This is God. That's God alone. That's God. That's not me. Because humanly possible, it's hard to manage so much stuff. But when God is, as the scripture says, with man, it's impossible. With God, all things are possible. You have to pray. I'm not saying you're going to turn a pastor in the morning when you're going to work. I'm not saying you're going to turn a pastor, but you have to pray and ask God for the grace, the mercy, the strength. Help me. You have to ask God. And one of the things, you have to pour into your staff. You can't get a room attendant and you don't develop or also you have to develop your staff, because these are the people that are going to take the pressure off you. I can call a room attendant and say, a lot of time I have supervisor call sick or inspector, I can pull a room attendant and say, hey, check room for me. I don't have to go check the room. I know she can check it. Why? I allow her to train with the room with the inspector or supervisor. So I have to develop the staff. I promote room attendant to supervisor to inspector, because I see the potential. I get them trained. I talk to them and I encourage them. Because remember, I can't do this job. I am only as good as my team, So if I don't develop that team, I'm not good. I'm just, I'm just that. I'm not looking for no LeBron James. I just want you to be able to do multitask and you can do your work. And if you see that person as a limit, that's fine, because some people are okay with just being a room attendant. But if you're going to be a room attendant, I'm going to squeeze the best out of you as a room attendant. So I don't want a flunky room attendant that's going to come and just put stain sheet on the bed and think it's going to be okay. No, I want you to be the best room attendant you can possibly be.
Okay, sir.
It's not easy, but God will, let me tell you, don't look too much on that part. Just pray. God will give you the grace. I'm telling you, God will give. Because remember, a lot of people in this job has high blood pressure, has this, because of what? God is not in the middle of it. And you have to be able to manage. Remember, you have to pull back from all your experiences. Even in class, you're getting experience now. You have to have those in your memory bank and use them. You're going to sit in your exam. It's pressure on the exam. But you have to apply some of those pressure. Okay, I'm faced with this decision. I have 2 people call sick. I'll give you one example. When I was at the third property, where I was the director and I was getting that bonus every year, I had 6 room attendants and I have one and a half house attendant. So would you believe it? We had a group checking out, all the room checking out on Sunday. So I scheduled the entire staff to come on Sunday. The group stay over one night. They're leaving Monday. We have another group coming in Monday. No, the group's supposed to check out Saturday, pardon me. So they extend and check out Sunday. I scheduled everyone on Saturday. Would you believe it? That on Sunday, I only have 4 people coming to work. So one lady called sick. The other lady cannot come in. So everybody panicked. I said, relax. I said, boss, what are we gonna do? And I said, okay. I pair up the house attendant. I said, you go with one room attendant. I am gonna go with one. And I don't remember if it was the person from the laundry I sent with the other person. And we cleaned the entire hotel that day. Now let me tell you, I don't believe I bear that night. Sometimes, let me tell you, some people won't tell you the truth. You're tired. You know, your parents talk about body come down. I think them something they call the body. But it's not to say you can't do it. But by the grace of God, 6 of us could clean those rooms. We couldn't do it by ourselves without God. I mean, how 6 people to clean our whole hotel. No, but God let it work. So you're not gonna have those situations all the time. But the moral of that is for you to even also to test yourself and see how far you can go sometime. I'm not saying to kill yourself, but to test yourself and to see. Because if the staff see you panic, they're gonna panic. So even though it might look tough, it's better you say, give me a minute and go pray. Before they start panic and start in front of the staff, because if the staff lose it, they're not gonna be able to work. But if the staff see you come out brave, they say, well, if the boss ready, I'm ready. I will go in a fight with you. So you have to also prepare yourself for that. But it's not easy. Then coming home to a family. While you're driving home, you have to detox your mind. Detox your mind. Because when you come in, if you have kids or if you have a wife or if you have a husband, you can't bring home that on them. That's too much tension you're going to bring on your family. So you have to be able to, that's why that drive home is just a drive to detox your body, detox your mind and shut up. Because the moment you turn off that car and you step out, nobody want to see your hungry face and talk about job. They don't want to hear about that. No. So you have to be able to embrace your family and do what you have to do. Sometimes you come home, you have to help with homework. We're going to tell the kids, oh, I'm so tired, I can't. No, that's not going to work. You may say, okay, give daddy 30 minutes or give mommy whatever. I'll come back to you, and you do that. Because like I said, God work with me. God work on me. Because as Mr. Shan said, I wasn't this. God have to beat me and change my mind. Instead of renewing after my mind have to be renewed by God. So none of this is possible. No, it's the grace and mercy of God. That is my foundation, my start, and my finish. No skill I have can do all. How can I walk from remember, I wasn't working for almost 3 years. Get a job as a GM. That is God. That's not me. Look at it. It's not normal. Overseeing 4.4 million US in renovation. That's not me. That is God. I can't take no glory for that. That's God who do that. I was just there as a vessel for him to use. Some of the meeting, he tell me what to say. Sometimes I'm talking this way. It's not me. This is not me. But that's God. But you have to still prepare yourself. You have to take your notes. You have to talk to the staff. And you have to put in the work. When you're tired, you say, God, give me strength. Still take your vitamins, though. Don't just say, God, give me strength, and don't take your vitamins. I don't sleep, I don't eat. So you have to balance it. But like I said, don't be disheartened. If you're in Jamaica or you're going to travel overseas, you can do it. I went through the same program with some of the same lecturers and teachers, and they pour out of themselves into me. And that was the foundation. That was the groundwork that I can stand on today and say, yes, that's one of the main reasons. God first, and then that second. The foundation was Excel. And you can ask anyone from Excel who did tourism. They'll tell you their experience are similar and they're still working and they're still doing. It's the foundation. We had a good, solid foundation that, nothing against you in no other place. But for me, Excel is number one. But I can't talk about another place because it's the foundation that starts. I can't talk about the foundation.
Could you hear that? Number one. Yeah, man. Boy, man, trust me.
It's the truth, it's the truth.
Yeah,
I have to be truthful.
I really am very appreciative for the time that you you have spent, you know, to talk to these guys. And, you know, I'm just sitting here and I'm saying, boy, God just aligned the situation.
That'll work.
I know Naomi, you know, at work is going through some of the same situation, ma, that you're referencing. I know Laurie spoke about this in class, you know, what it is that you have to do. And, you know, and there are so many others I know who can relate to this. Students, the take home thing for me from this conversation is, and then again, no, before I even go there, I had a private conversation with a student last week who just, you know, said, boy, sir, here the plan. I have no excuse, life was just life in. And I succumbed to the life in part of life. But I am up and ready to go. Let me tell you something. It is not easy. It is not easy. Mark is just one, and he was the first batch. He was the first batch for the bachelor's program that we've offered. So you see how far back we've gone? The first batch of the bachelor's program we offered. And you know, guys, I'm saying to you, he did it. There are days he would come to school without lunch money, but guess what? Him no business, because he know that he had a goal in mind. And he's at a place now where if him want to eat, it's him decision, him choice. Him can decide what he also wants to eat. All right. So Mark, big up
Yes,
yourself,
sir.
and me and you have to go link up, you know, because you know we have to go do a little link up in the summer, God's willing.
Yes, sir.
So
So, but before I go, sir, one thing I want to say,
go ahead.
this is important. Normally, you see, God break tradition. Normally, you never see someone coming through from housekeeping manager to be a GM, or normally someone from maintenance, like my former boss, because this is when you put in the work. You cannot be denied it. Once you put in that work, you won't be denied. Man might deny you shortly, but God will open a way that He's gonna put someone and gonna say, no, 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 I must
Right.
promote this person. So don't just look at it as I'm just working in vain. At
Right.
start, the money is not there. But
Right.
trust me, if I don't come to tell this, but if you're tired and offering, God will make it work.
Amen.
Trust Him with it.
Amen.
I'm not saying I don't come. I'm just giving a little example. And just be like I said before I go, just continue. Don't give up. Don't give up. There's light there. A lot of light is at the tunnel. You know, before I leave, I had to train the new GM. I had to train him before I leave. I had a job waiting for me and I had to delay them 2 weeks. Because I said that these people, the owner is too good to me for me to just walk off the job, give him 2 weeks, and don't leave someone to take over. I couldn't do that because I'm not getting paid to do it. Yeah, I'm getting my regular pay, but I'm not, I could say, I'm leaving. No. Because you have to remember gratitude. I was given a job without a GM experience. And look, after a year, I'm training someone to be a GM.
Nice.
That is God. That's not
Yes.
me. Look at me. So
Right.
just hang in there and pray. That's that's the main thing. Just pray, ask God to help you on this journey. Ask Him to make it easier. Sir, I know we're finished. Last thing. You're gonna have good people and not so good people on the job. I don't want to use the term bad people, just not so good people on the job. You're gonna have honest people and unfair people. Your job is to be professional and keep yourself in the correct perspective. Don't sway to the left or right. Stay on course. You have to make sure you stay in that way. Like I said, you're gonna have good people gonna come and despise. Oh, she just come from college. Oh, you just come from college. Who do you think there is? No, you humble yourself and you still work. Because you have to find a way to work with that person. So just make sure you stay humble and you do what you have to do. Don't go into a job. I'm not saying everybody is Christian, but don't go into these people organization without praying. You must pray before you go. If you even say, God, protect me when I go in. Protect me from what you have to, if before you enter that job. Don't just walk in like that. It's not normal just to walk in, because you don't know what you're walking in this environment. As a manager, as a leader, people will sit down on your name. It's not saying can do something, but they speak against you. And if you can ask God just to cover me on this job and cover you when you come out, You don't need to know what was happening, but you just ask God for that protection to cover your mind, cover your soul, cover you on that job because you need that covering. You need that covering. Trust me. And that's it. But I'm available anytime, If you
Thank
have a
you,
question,
sir.
you can text Mr. Sean or whatever I can help with. Like I said, I'm here and I'm glad and I'm grateful. I am grateful for the opportunity because I didn't have this when we were going through it. We came on a fly. We came somewhere. We just we just take a chance and just come. But I can tell you, they love Jamaican work, especially when you come and you work and you're smart and you're intelligent and you're willing to work. Um, Trust me, you're a prize because a lot of these people here, some of them don't want work, they don't want the salary. You will find you will find people on this job who getting some salary, who you can wrap around your finger, but don't get angry about that. Just do your job. Do your job. The
Thank you,
last
sir.
point, I'm
Go
going to
ahead.
tell you a couple departments that the salary. So a financial controller now, right now, is one of the highest paying job. In these big hotels, you get up to even 150,000. I'm not saying you must change your course, go do it. I'm just giving you an idea. When I said don't just stick to one thing. So a director of a spa, she was the highest paid person in both properties. She was making over 175,000. And to be honest, the level of work he did was suspect, and a lot of people complain. Even the GM, even the VP complained. I'm just saying, an HR director in these large properties over $100,000. A director of housekeeping in these large properties can get 80, 75, $85,000 a year. But you have to work. It's not a get the money, you have to be able to work. So as you go and develop yourself, say with a director of F&B, you get your large salary, 90,000, 100,000, director of sales. So the money is there. But you must know your worth and find out before you take a job, what's the pay rate for that job. Don't just take a job and don't investigate how much this job really pay. So if a job pay 100,000 and they're giving you 90, 85,000, you can take it. Because you have to be able to say, no, I'm going to start here and then I'll develop and get the experience and then I'll grow. Then you can start now to dictate your pay. We can dictate your salary. But I know you guys have to go. I want you to go and finish your class. But like I said, I'm available. Any message you can, sir, can text it to me and I'll answer it as the best as possible I can. But thank you guys and I pray all the best for you. And I know God will let you guys succeed and come through this thing. And,
Thank you, sir.
also just to be a mentor to other students that's going to come on the program.
Big up yourself, Baba Mark. We'll talk. Yeah,
Thank
puppy?
you, sir.
Okay,
Okay,
man, no
thank you
problem.
so much. Okay,
No
bye-bye.
problem. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, students, you have it. I deliberately asked him to come today because I want you guys to know and to see what is happening. Let me just ask you one question. One question I need to ask you. Is anybody feeling a little motivated after just hearing him speak today?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I raised my hand because I
Glory to
wanted to
God.
say
Glory to God.
something.
Oh, Rockstone, sorry, Loris, but you can't send me a message. Send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll send it to him and make the connection.
Okay,
No.
sir.
Yeah, but students, and as I just wrap up in maybe 2 minutes and then we can get into the lesson. Let me say this to you. I believe in this group. I have 14 of you. I'm gonna now leave one of you behind.
That's right.
Oh, no, going to, but guess what? Old time people say you can't carry donkeys with water, but you can't force him to drink it. I mean, now call on over the donkey. I didn't want to use the other one because the next thing when I got to calling on that other name, so I never use that one. But all I'm saying to you, there are 14 of you here in Jesus' name. Let it be that all 14 of you pass. You know what you need to do. You need to take up a book. You need to study. There is no way this can happen by just osmosis, right? This young man, everyone me walk past him, I have to pinch him. Just him do the work. And I've taught him doing CXCs, I've taught him in the associate degree level, and I taught him in the bachelor's level. So it's how long you said? 22 years ago. 22 years ago. The same teacher that taught him 22 years ago is the same teacher that is teaching you now. And guess what? I think I'd have gotten a little bit more wiser. So I am even better at the craft that I'm doing now than I was then. All right, students, the sky's your limit. I really hope that you guys will just work and do what is expected of you. Make yourself proud, and trust me, if you make yourself proud, I know in return I will be proud. So I want you to stay encouraged. I want you to, if you feel like you want to give up, Johnny, this is for you. If you feel like you want to give up, Johnny, remember, say, a brother came to class today and encourage you. Naomi, if you want to give up, just remember, say, a brother came to class to encourage you, and anybody else in the class. All right? Okay. So with that said, I really hope that it was again beneficial. I want to find out, how were the questions that I gave you for homework? Were you able to answer them all? Any difficulties with them?
Sorry, can you repeat the question there, please?
And I was asking how the homework questions I gave, were you able to do them?
Yes, sir. It was a bit challenging, one of them, but it was okay, sir.
Because okay, it was a little challenging. All right, which of them was challenging?
Sir, let me double check, sir.
Sir,
Yes, Naomi.
sir, me don't have a problem with school, you know, but you know, work. You know, to your study now, you get all type of things from work. Me
Oh,
you talk about it already.
Yeah, man, absolutely, absolutely.
I think it's number 4, sir.
Number 4, the patio set.
I think so, sir.
Oh, the patio set was bought for that the money there, and then sold for that the money there.
Yeah, man, sir. It's same one, sir. It didn't kind of give me a warm time, but I think I got it.
All right. So,
Sir,
all right,
that
so
one, no, sir, that one,
yes, yes.
like you have multiply the profit by the cash price, and then then I get the answer, and then I take it back from the price where you did have the 8, 9, 200. I saw me do it, you know, I don't know, sir.
All right. So Tim, what you get for your answer? Chance, what you get for your answer, Chance? And Naomi, what you get for your answer?
Sir, for number 4, I got 67,575.76.
You know me not like you. So you say, give you trouble. You're not giving no trouble because you're right down to the T. All right, good job. Anybody else in the class got that?
Sir, wait, that would be. Hold on, sir. Wait, that was that.
Got the same answer, sir.
That would be the question 3, right? Jason, about Jason.
No, that was a patio set one.
That's number 4.
Number 4.
Okay. All right. And Shanice, repeat the answer, please.
67,575.76.
Yeah, I got that too.
Good job. All right. No, so this is the true test of it, you know. Anybody else in the class got the 67,575 and 76 cents?
Yes, sir.
Good job, Shani. I need to hear from the rest of you, you know, because remember, you know, none of you will be left behind. Where's Mother still?
Let me do the calculation.
Oh, wait a second.
All right. Good, Tracy. I love it. I love it, Tracy.
Sir, give me a rough time too, you know, man.
You get a rough time too, but never
Yes,
mind. You pull through. You pull through.
Sir, I don't do no work on the people that work today, sir. Only thing I do is math.
The Lord will not be pleased. You need to go give the people them overtime to finish off them work. No, but this is good though.
No, sir,
Tonight.
no time them work, but cannot pay them, sir.
Yeah. That's fine. Today's class is going to be very easy, which is why I asked Mark to come in tonight, because it's going to be very easy. I know you guys will get it 1, 2, 3, easy job. But I am a little concerned though, because I want to hear from Amoy. Amoy, what did you get for number 3 answer? The patio set was bought for 89,200. What you got? All right, let me ask the question another way. And remember, let me ask the question first another way, and then I will tell you what I want you to remember. Did Did anyone not do my homework? Honesty is the best policy.
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
all right.
Yo.
I was at work yesterday. I didn't leave until late, and I'm still on the road, just able to listen and just jump in to participate. So I wouldn't get a chance to respond to the homework. I saw it in the group work now, but I just don't have it with me now.
Okay, all right.
So I'll send it to you privately, sir.
No problem.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, somebody say yes. Who was that? Amoy, was that you?
No, sir.
Angelina, you did the homework?
No, sir, I didn't.
Angelina, your dinner never tastes good tonight. It never tastes good because it never does serve homework. All right. But importantly though, I really want you to you still need to give it an attempt because I'm not giving the answers. I'm not going to work these just enough because I want to get you guys an opportunity to get this stuff done up. All right?
Yes, sir,
All
I
right.
will do.
All right, good. Anybody else? So want to talk to me, anyone? All right, okay. All right. Now, it says Jason saw piano marked for sale at 125,000. Sorry, yeah, 125,950, and a 23% discount is given for cash. Hey, hey. GCTC is not value added tax this time. No, this is GCT. Is at 16.5%. How much money would he have to pay in cash? Anybody got that answer? Wow. Yes, Shans. Shanice having a mango today?
3, sir.
Yeah, I got that, sir.
Very good, Johnny. Very good. Very nice, Shans.
I think I got the same things with sir. I'm tell you, so them give me a rough time, but I'm still gonna work with a calculator.
You give a rough time, Tracy?
So then I must, man. I have so much things to deal with, and I know say me no want no strap-ins if I come a class.
Talk truth.
A little bit
Talk
before
truth.
class start, I do number 2 and number 3. Hey,
Sir, I didn't
number
mind, but
4
I
and
don't
5,
have
I
my
mean.
book.
Yeah, man. So what I want you to do is to get that. So yes, I saw that answer in the chat. Johnny said that he got it, and I saw Shanice's answer. Naomi, the rest of you, 112,983 and 45 cents. Anybody got an answer other than that?
No. Let me tell sir how me do my one.
Tell me how you do it, Naomi.
Sir, listen me. Sir, the
Mm.
cost price at 100%. You see?
Mm-hmm.
At 100% represent the 125.950 over 100.
Mm-hmm.
So the 23% up here, some sir, but I take it from the 100%, I get 77. Am I right?
Continue.
So we multiply the 125.9550 by 77,
Mm-hmm.
and we get 96.9815. I don't know if I'm right, sir. I just a try. So I'm
96
go back to it now, sir. I'm gonna go back and say the GCT mega check now 96.98.15 over 100 by the 6.5%.
16.
16.5%, sir. I'm gonna get 1600199.95. And then we go back down here, so now I may have the 9698.15 and take it from the GCT price, sir. I think
How
we
they
get,
get?
we get 27700.1. I don't know if it's right.
All right. It's a little off. I'm going to ask that you send that, take a picture and send it to me now, and I'm going to look at it for you.
Okay.
Portions of what it is that you said was correct. I just need to look to see if it is a computational issue. All right. That's Naomi. Anybody else?
Yeah. Sir?
Go ahead,
All
please.
right, is nothing major, but while I was doing the question, beside the 14, beside the 16.5%, which is the GCT, what I did was to put VAT there, but then when they say it's not a VAT, I don't know how me put VAT there. So if I've done that on the exam, would it be wrong? Because the
so-
VAT is there?
No. If you put
Okay.
VAT or GCT, no man. No
Okay,
man. It's
sir.
at the same tax man. Them not gonna kill you for that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, man, very good. All right. Now, Moulton, Shani, we get
Sir,
for the answer.
I sent it in the chat.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to look at it. But I'm not. All right, let me just begify it and just look at it here. My screen was minimized. Yes, Shan. Yeah, got through, Richard. Listen to me, lady. You see, when you give me my word, I don't want no 1 decimal place. When I talk about money, you talk about 2 decimal place. So try give me, Miss Richard, the other digit after that 0.4. When you're talking about money, you always put 2 decimal places. Yes, Shani. Your answer is slightly off from what I got, because what I got was 112,983 and 45 cents. But what it says to me is that you would have rounded off somewhat.
Yes, sir.
Incorrectly.
I guess I was. Yes, sir, I was looking at that, sir.
Yeah.
It's like I rolled off.
I won't penalize it too much. If this was a 6 marker, maybe I give you a 5 mark. And on a good day, once I can see, what it is that you would have done, you'd have gotten the full 6 mark, right? But always try to be consistent with the rounding off. Shariki, where
Okay,
you
sir.
What was it? What was the last digit, mommy? All right, so there's no answer from. Yeah, sorry, Shariki, go ahead. Shariki. Okay, you got the 45
cents.
All right, good job, right. All right, so I'm happy about that. Very nice. All right, so we're on to the last question now. A flat screen TV is marked for sale at 79,280, including sales tax of 15%. We need to determine the original price of the TV. What was the original price of the TV? What was the original price of the TV? Talk to me now.
68,939.13 I think. Well, I have the same thing there. That's the original price of the flat screen TV.
Anybody got that?
No, sir. I got $67,388.
Okay, I hear you. And I see what Richard have. She have 67,606.06. Anybody else?
68.
Johnny
Sir,
said.
my answer, when I have let me tell you what I have. Then if I make some error or something, I have 91. I don't know what I'm writing the person. Yeah, I'm gonna make some mistake or something. So I'm gonna look back on it.
Yes, Moulton, you and Johnny got the same answer, 68,939 and 13 cents. That's the correct answer right down to the T. All right, so let me ask a question now, because it seems as if there are some of you who are more of you struggling with this question than even the one that the patio set question. What was difficult? All right, let us talk through it. So a flat screen TV is marked for sale at $79,280. That is the price of the thing. And it also includes a sale tax of 15%. So, sometimes you go to the supermarket and them say, tax included in the something, and enough people like when them buy a supermarket where tax already included, you know why? Them don't know if we calculate not GCT or the value added tax. So when the tax is already included in the pricing, if something costs $150, you know, say $150, you got the cashier you go pay it. But if it is $150 plus tax, you know you're going to end up paying more because you have to go find the tax to that. And tax could be as much as $1.90, call it $2. So it's going to be $152 if you do your stuff. All right. So you'll have to have more money than the money that is quoted or listed on the price tag. So that's why some people prefer when the tax is already included in the item. So here my question to you. That's $79,280. How much percent is that 79,280 representing?
100%, sir. So is it 100%, sir?
So answer your chance.
15%, sir.
I hear you now, you want me? Anybody else? Johnny, what say you?
Question, sir?
My
Sir,
question
me
is,
that's 115, sir.
you're changing the amount, no, Shanice? That's what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Johnny, the question was, a flat screen TV is marked for sale at 79,280, including a sales tax of 15%. So I'm asking you, what percentage is 79,280 represented? How much percent is that figure represented?
Sir, is it 100%, sir?
Okay, Tracy, I hear you.
Sir, I want
Sir, the
100, sir, but you have to take in account to what's added to the amount, if you get me, because that's not the base answer. That's not the final answer, I mean, sir. So the 15%, that's what made it go to the 79,280.
So answer my question now then, Johnny. So what is the 79,280? What percentage is 79,280 representing?
I'd say 100%, sir.
Okay, so Johnny, explain to me now, what is the 68,939.13 cents representing?
85%, sir.
Sir, the
Sir,
reason
me
I
that's
said,
85%, sir.
sir,
All right, yes, Tracy.
yeah, the reason I said 100% is because the GCT is included. So if I'm wrong, I'm not sure, but that's the reason I said 100%.
Okay. Anybody else? Come, I want you to understand this concept, you know. So that's why many of you didn't get the question right, because the understanding of this concept is not right there. So I won't tell if you're right or wrong yet, because I want others to participate in this. Who else? Talk to me now, guys. Talk to me. Laurie, oh, Laurie is still on our Dericia. Talk to teacher tonight. Hello, Phillips, talk to teacher. All right, come on, guys. I want you to talk to me. So I would have seen the answer already, but I'm not convinced based on the conversation thereafter. It suggests to me that you may be guessing. Suggests to me that you may be guessing. And I don't want you to guess. So I want you to talk to me about interpreting the 79,280. Tell me what that 79, and listen to me, I'm not spending more than 2 more minutes on this. The 79,280, what percentage is that representing compared to the $68,939.13? What percentage is that representing? Talk to me.
Sir, let me tell you what I get now, sir. Final answer, I'm not changing it. It's 79,280, sir. It represents 100. Wait, sir. Sir, it represents 100%, sir.
Okay, and the
And the 68,939.13 represents 85%.
okay. Is the class agreeing with Chinese?
You can repeat, Chan, I never hear you clearly.
Okay, I said that the 79,280, it represents 100%, and the
Yes.
68,939.13 represents 85%.
Okay. All right, bright sparks. Make we hear the teachers, you know.
I know the teacher, I'm not to see it because you know there's only one final answer I get, you know. I want the rest of you to come in and share my answer you get. So come talk to me. Anybody, is there any dissenting voices in the class? Do you all agree with Chinese or you have another take on the matter? Talk to me. Come on, man. Hello. No, if I
Yeah,
don't hear you
nothing,
guys
sir.
participate, I'll get to the answer. No. I'll only direct message Chinese. I want to hear what you're thinking. Talk to me.
Oh, sir, I'm reading it now. So it says my flat screen TV is marked for sale at $79,280, including a sales tax of 15. So it would be calculated together. So I guess I lean in towards what Sunny was saying of 85%.
Okay. All right. Dericio, what's it? Thank you, Johnny. Dericio, what say you? I hear from Shanice. I hear from
Sir, remember I was saying to you that I'm still on the road, but I did mine, but I don't have my book.
so I thought that was Angelina. Sorry then.
No,
All right.
I'm on my way heading home now.
All right, fair enough. So Angelina, you didn't get off, because I thought that person was, I thought Derisha was Angelina. So come, Angelina, talk to me. What say you? Angelina gone. Angelina gone. All right.
Sir?
Yeah, talk to me now.
Sir, I would say, all right then, the 79 to 80 is a sale price, which is always 100%, sir, and it included the sales tax, right? So the 72, yes, sir, the 72 would be on 100%, and I would say the 68,939.13, sir, would be 85%, sir, because the original, which would be the original price, because you take out back, basically you take out back the profit. A profit? What's the next side?
All right.
So basically, sir, the 15% would be actually deducted back.
Okay. So what is a 15%? Interesting. What amount is a 15%?
Sir, I just a thought nonsense, you know, the 15%. Oh, no, it can't be the final price. Sorry, no.
No, the 15%, sir, would be the sales tax.
Tell me how much is a 15%. I want you to calculate it.
10,340.87.
10,340.87?
Yes, sir.
So how much percent is that?
Sir, 50%, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
So and then the 68,939.13 is how much percent now, Shanice?
85, sir.
So the two of them and the two of them give you what?
Sir, you get 79,280?
Oh, and that to be the 100%.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So I want to sit closer to your devices for me, and I want to hear what it is that I'm saying. I want to hear what it is that I'm saying. So you were flip-flopping, Shanice. Johnny was getting very close to it, and I said, yes, Johnny got it. And then Johnny changed his mode. Johnny sound like a politician. Tell you one something and enough for that to just switch. All right, put it this way.
Sir,
Yeah,
that's
man.
not my thing, sir.
No, Johnny, you can't do that to me, man. You start off good and I say, yeah, the hydrant catches something, and then after that, no, boom. You remember saying in a politics, and decide to boy, I'm gonna flip-flop. Here the question says, and I want you all to listen. It says a flat screen TV is marked for sale at $79,280, including a sales tax of 15%. So it includes a sales tax of 15%. How much percent is the original price of the item?
Sir,
How
the
much-
68, the
68,
68,939.
930.
How much percent, listen to my question, how much percent is the original price of any given item?
100, sir.
100%, very good. But this one here now says it also includes a sales tax of 15%. So,
Sir, sir, go up to 115.
duh. Duh.
Sir,
So,
but it does vary too deep in it, sir.
no, but guess what now, Johnny? So to the person who is selling this flat screen TV, and this is one of the things I need to clear up tonight. The person who is selling this flat screen TV, that $79,280 is representing 115%. GCT's at 15%. So therefore, that extra money, the 10,000 mash dollar that took for work for to be the tax, is not their money. It's money that they have to remit to the government. That's the money they have to remit to the government. So they're only collecting it that's on behalf of the government. They have to now pay it over. So because it says $79,280 is the marked price of the television, including a 15% GCT. So that percentage to the merchant is representing 115%. Now let me answer the question this way now. I am going to this store to purchase this television, and I am paying $79,280. How much percent would I have paid for the TV?
115%, sir.
Any other taker? It's not helping you if when I ask a question, you sit behind the microphone and don't unmute.
I'll if no know, no don't know, just answer.
Yeah, man,
Sir,
just say something now. Go ahead, Johnny.
Sir, go again one time, please. Let me question again.
So what I'm saying to you is, so to the merchant, I'm asking you, what is the $79,280 representing to the merchant versus what it represents to me, the consumer? How much percent is the $79,280 is representing to the merchant?
To
And
the
how much percent?
merchant?
Yeah, to the merchant.
Sir, to him, that would be 100%, sir. But to you, it would be 115%, sir.
Everybody agrees?
I would think it's the same for both parties, sir.
Why? Why though?
Because I'm assuming that whoever's selling it is the one who, well.
But remember, I said to you, Johnny, that when you're in business, say you're selling televisions, and the television is is X price and you're paying tax, is that tax money your money?
Yes, I get you now, sir.
Right.
Yeah, I get you.
So tell me now, the $79,280 is represented how much percent to the merchant?
It'll be 100%, sir.
So how much percent is it representing to me then?
With the added 115%, sir.
All right. So without belaboring the point, is the other way around. So to the merchant, that 79,280 is really representing 115%. Because remember, you know, the merchant is putting on, is selling his television, you know. But the government say, yo, everything is selling on, have to be taxable. And if you not charge tax on it, we're taking that out of your revenue. And the man say, yo, you can't pay with my money. You can't pay with my money, you know. So the merchant will do is to make sure they collect the government tax. So remember, that 79,280 is what the man going to sell the TV for, plus the tax. So that's why the question says it is marked for sale at 79,280, including a sales tax of 15%. So that 79,280 is representing 115%. It is representing 115%. And then to me, when I come to the store to buy it as a consumer, and it is marked for 79,280, and I pay them that amount of money, how much percent would I have paid for the TV?
A 100, sir.
100%, yeah. Has to be 100%. All right. Are you okay with this question, or do you want me to work the question?
Yes, sir. Work it out, please.
Work it out,
For the
please,
chair
sir.
then, sir. Work it out, sir.
No. So wait there. Hold
Sir,
on there.
show us all your procedure, how you work it, so we can follow by step to step.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Did somebody say work out all three of them? Did I hear that a while ago?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I had math
Yes,
genius,
sir.
you know, you do it
I
easier
said
than
it
how we do
complete.
it.
All right. I hear you. All right. Give me half a second, please.
Back side.
Are you guys seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what I'm saying to you here, may use a different color today. What I'm saying to you here is that we are going to consider cost price as 100%. All right. Now, what we're trying to find is the original price. We're trying to find the original price. So we're going to say 115% represent $79,280. So therefore, 1% represents, remember, we're using the unitary method. Let me answer a question now. That was the other question I was going to ask you. What percent is at original price? Original price is always what percent?
100, sir.
Okay, very good. So therefore, so now 100% represent 79,280 all over 115% multiplied by 100%. Do that on a calculator for me, please, and tell me what you get.
$68,939.13.
Look at that and tell me. You see why it is important, though? You may be saying, why sir can't ask them hard question, eh? You see why it is important for you to understand what the amount of money is representing? Because it makes the calculation so much easier. So if you look at the question and you recognize that, yo, that 79,280 is representing the 115%. Why, sir? Because it says a flat screen TV is marked for sale at 79,280, including a sales tax of 15%. So it's suggesting that the 79,280 is a cost price of the item plus the tax. So what the man them want you to do now is to find the original price. They want you to find out now what was the price of the TV before them add the tax to it. And you just do that. Why? Because original price is at 100%. So what is that you would have done right there is to calculate what was the price of the television before the tax. And the price of the television before the tax there is going to be $68,939.13. Any questions?
Sir, I have one question. Are you going to
Can I do
send
the
that to the
alternative
group?
way?
I will. Yes, yes, Trish, I will do that. Who is
Thank you
speaking?
so much, sir.
So I was asking if I can do the alternative way.
Which is the alternative way? This one here, technically don't have an alternative way, you know. Because if you use this, if you use the 79,280 as 100%, you're wrong. You'll be wrong if you do that. Look at it and tell me if you have any other questions, please.
Yes, sir. One more question.
Go right ahead.
I did kind of move from the laptop look a bit ish. So I don't know why you did get the 115% though, sir.
Because the question says the flat screen TV is marked for sale at 79,280, including a sales tax of 15%. So the original price for the TV plus the tax money is included in the 79,218.
Yes, sir.
No, it says determine the original price of the TV. Original price is always 100%.
Yes, sir.
And 100% is always cost price.
Yes, sir.
So technically what I'm doing is
Oh,
asking to find the cost price.
okay.
Mm.
But sir, that right up there says sale price, and I misinterpret me. Did misinterpret it? Why me? Did I say because the 15% included in a whatever? That's why I feel like it reach up to 100. But never I realize that the sale price and not the cost price.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now that you see it, you should be good to go. All right. So I could work the other two and send off for you. For those of you who never got a chance to do it and you want to do the stuff. So now that I've done one, I can work the other two questions, but I have to move into something. Just a little one question, but I'm gonna have a little conversation about it. So that will take us up to our 7 o'clock hour. By the way, you guys are understanding when I teach?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right. So what it is that I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to do what I call some simple interest. So hear me out. Simple interest is going to be your principal times your rate times your time. Principal times the rate times the time, and it's all over 100%. It's all over 100. It's all over 100. Watch me. Your rate is in percent. So you see that 100, it is for the rate. Principal is always in what? So money, so dollars.
Dollars, sir.
And time is always in what?
Years or months, sir.
Years or months, very good. So principal is always going to be in dollars. Rate is always in percent. Time is going to be in years, really. But yes, we can get some question where it is going to be done in months. All right. Now, what I did here was just to show you different orientations of it, how to calculate. Wait, me go loader, you go loader. So what I try to do here is to show you how to calculate the time, the principal, and the rate. So if they ask you to find time, this is a formula you're going to use. If they ask you to find principal, this is a formula you're going to use. If they ask you to find rate, this is a formula you're going to use. Watch me. Do you notice if they ask you to find time, principal, or rate, that SI is times 100 is always in the numerator? Can you say that?
Yes, sir.
And then if you're finding T, that means PR in the denominator. If you're finding R, it means that PT in the denominator. And if you're finding P, it means that RT is in the denominator. Easy stuff to remember. I'm going to send this also for you tonight, since you are good students tonight. One question I never go. I'm asking you to calculate the simple interest on $200 at 6% per annum for 3 years. Principal times rate times time. All over 100. That's all you use to calculate it. So calculate the simple interest here for me, please. Simple interest on $200 at 6% per annum for 3 years. I was just about to ask you if it's 36 yams or bananas or dumplings or pumpkins, but I'm happy that you recognize. Shanae, is that 36 books or pens? Thank you.
$36, sir.
Okay, all right, I hear you. Johnny, what say you? Naomi? Talk to me now. Hmm? All right, very good. So the answer is $36. Last question for the evening. So the answer is $36. Very good. Calculate the simple interest on 97,765 at 2% per annum for 5 years.
Sir.
Right. Very good, guys. Yes, please, Tracy.
Yes, sir. I didn't get a chance to do it because my driver is here and I'm heading home now.
Okay. But very good. There are several people in the chat. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them in the chat. Um, five of them in the chat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 of them in the chat. Give me the correct answer. 9,876. Guys, hear me out. Some of you so far are working on track for an A. The rest of you so far are working on track with a B. Some of you are working on track with a C. But unfortunately, 1 or 2 of you in the class are working on track with a D or a D plus. And all you need is just a little bit more oomph to get you over into the passing grade. So please, don't wait until the final results come to say, geez, even to just do a little bit more work on Edico or otherwise, are not able to reach where I'm supposed to reach. All right. So please do me a favor. I'm gonna do the other question. I won't do it right now. Kind of tired-ish. Our meetings today. So I'm gonna take a little break, do the additional 2 questions, and send these for you. But very good, the rest of you. Very good. Right up to the T. $98,076.50. Hello. If you don't write my money, always write 2 decimal places. But sir, the calculator only get a 0.5. Put the 0. Once you're talking about money, put the 0 there. It's 0.50. Big up on yourself. Have a good one here, guys.
Same to you, sir. Have a good
Thank you,
weekend.
sir. Sir,
too.
edit one question before I leave. The Edicus office open back?
Is it close?
No, meaning that we have other assignment to go ahead, we can start working on the others.
Yes, man. Yes, man. Yes, man. Yes, man.
Okay, sir.
All right, cool.